Welcome back to Three Amigos Outdoors. Today I'm going to be building up the Predator XSDs in 400 spine. I'm going to be using pink boning blazer veins, Gorilla super glue, which is actually surprisingly good for not being arrow glue, boning arrow flinch jig. I already wiped down the ends with rubbing alcohol so they're nice and clean. I'm going to be doing a 2-degree helical on these arrows. I mean, 2-degree spin, no helical, straight clamp. When I'm building these arrows, I like to put, there's a little nub, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little nub. I like to put that to the right. When I'm fletching my arrows, it's going to be to the right when it's knocked. So it just kind of stays consistent with all the arrows. I do it right in between those two lines. That's what works for me. That's what gets me a clear face pressure. I already took these arrows up to green top and got them cut, and they put in the inserts for me. Shout out to green top, they're really nice up there. Put a lot of dots of glue and then rub it in with the tip. That's what I do. Just rub it all in there. I've already made a few of these arrows so far. We're gonna put it all the way, make sure it's all the way back here. Put it in and wait for it to set. I usually leave them for like 30 seconds to a minute. It doesn't take too long for them to cure, but it takes a little bit. You don't want to just stick it on there and take it off right away. And then you'll be pulling your fletchings off, and then you'll have glue, big globby glue mess everywhere, and that's not good. These arrows are 10 grains an inch, and I have them cut to 27 inches. I only have them cut to 27 inches because that's about an inch outsert, so that way I have plenty of clearance of the broadheads over my hand, because I do shoot fixed blade broadheads, because I'm only shooting 46 pounds. That might be good. Just a little bit of glue, just wipe that down. Through this whole process, you want to keep everything as neat as possible, because once you put the glue on the fletching, you got to get it on there, or else it's going to start sticking to everything. The glue's going to dry up. You're not going to get a good bond with your arrow. And it's just overall not going to be that great. These are actually micro diameter arrows, so you get more penetration. I shoot 125 grains up front, and that seems to give me plenty of weight and penetration for what I do. I hunt whitetail deer. I really like this fletching jig since it's really adjustable, and you can go from, you can get a helical clamp if you want to. I probably would get a helical, but that's just my preference. And you can also do 4 fletch on this clamp. You just gotta change out some things inside of it, but it comes with the stuff, so you can do 4 fletch. I'm just doing 3 fletch because fletchings come in a pack of 26, and that's how much it takes to fletch up a dozen, and that's how many yards I'm doing. I've already done a few, so I don't have a dozen on the table right now, but I'm just gonna get that, we'll wipe that down. The more you do it, the more easy it gets. It's a lot easier over time. The reason why you want to wipe the back of the arrows down with rubbing alcohol is because they come with residue on the arrows. It's like you can kind of feel it sometimes. It feels a little dust on it from manufacturing, or when you're cutting them, you can get dust on them. So you always want to wipe them down so you get the best glue job possible. I made a mistake. I accidentally got glue on the clamp, so this one I'm gonna have to wait a little longer to make sure it's fully dry to the arrow before I take it off. Doesn't look the greatest, but it'll work. First arrow done. Like 8 more to go. Another tip I can give you is you want to keep it out a little bit. You don't want it flush, so you can push it down. You still have space to push it down at, instead of having it all the way down. You might have glue on your clamp itself, and it's gonna make your glue all bumpy and stuff, and you don't want a patchy glue job. Not too much glue. A little glue goes a long way. The less glue you use, the quicker it takes to dry. That's why also you don't want to use too much amount of glue, because you're only trying to fill that pocket and barely at all. You're not trying to put globs. You're really just trying to put like barely any, because you want tight. You want the plastic of the vein to be touching the actual arrow. You don't want it to be like glob of glue between the vein and the arrow. But you do want to make sure you have enough in there, in that little valley. As I'm counting my fletchings, I've already fletched 3 arrows. So these fletchings are going to be the 2 that finish this arrow. And this is for another arrow. Looks like boning gave me an extra fletching. So after I put the next fletching on this arrow, I'm going to run downstairs and grab myself another 2 fletchings so I can fletch another arrow up. But they're going to be off colored. They're not going to be pink. That's okay. So how many have you got so far? We got 6, I think. Yeah, we got 6. I grabbed 2 of my other old veins. I get some acetone and get that off. The battery's about to run out on the camera, so this might be the last fletching. This might be the last arrow. With that being said, thanks for watching. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell us if you like this content. If you don't, tell us what you do like. Thank you again. And I guess see you next time.